Anyone see Bryce Mitchell's podcast debut? Anyone happen to tune into Bryce Mitchell's recent podcast episode that he put out, guys? If you've only seen the clip, he said so much more. I've watched the whole thing. I did a video on it. Bryce did it this time. Greetings, fat. Bryce Mitchell went all in. Based Bryce Mitchell. Don't start, chat. Bryce Mitchell and Elon should do a pod together. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Bryce Mitchell, man. Bryce. Impression of Hitler? Let me tell you about something real quick. Thank you for the $2. Hey, Bryce, I need a new bait for my fishing line. You, Bryce, and Urban need to join forces. I don't know about that right now. That might be a bit of a power move. You know, a real blitzkrieg type move. Holy moly. Thank you for the £2. You know Dana was pressured into addressing Bryce. Yeah, he had to. They own the UFC. They're obviously going to make him address it. That was the quickest addressing we've seen from Dana White ever in UFC history. Within hours. He's up there. First thing he needs to say. Didn't even get asked about it. He needed to deliver that message. Yeah, brother. Get rid of those. Yeah. Watched longer. He said I know. I watched it. I've done all of it. I've reacted to all of it on my video. Bryce the right Mitchell. Okay. Who's the better racist? Strickland or Mitchell? Strickland ain't even, dude. Strickland's Bush League. I can't believe it, but Bryce Mitchell's made Strickland look like such a pussy of the racist world, you know? Usually not a fan of grapplers, but starting to like this guy. Okay. Thank you for the $2, Bryce. Kanye West 2.0 on steroids, Mitchell. Yep. Starting not to like grapplers, yeah. Bryce's gas tank is crazy, to be fair. Bryce interview after stream. No, we haven't got a Bryce interview after stream. Based Bryce strikes again. Thank you for the $2. God bless America. Me Gilch, Bruce with him. Me Gilches of all Gilch. Thank you very much. Based Bryce Mitchell. I won't accept any other opinion. Impression of Bryce. Fishing with Hitler. Hitler, I need a new bait for my line, Hitler. You got to tow the line out, Hitler. You rocking the boat. Quit rocking the boat, Adolf. Breaking news. Giant thunderstorms over Searcy, Arkansas. Based Bryce Mitchell. Well, he says he has an opinion. Mitchell will end up getting 3 fights with Emmett. True. Impression of Bryce homeschooling his son about World War II. Sleep. It just slips out of his soul. You know what I mean? Jeez. Bruh, how the fuck does a beanie add £100? I don't know. Thank you for the $5. Just seen a thing on IG. Call themselves a man to dress like a female and date. All right, man. Just seen a thing on IG. Call themselves a man, dress like a female and date a man, cut off his breast, all too while looking like an alien. Thank you for the 5, man. Josh Emmett star blowing up from the... Dude, you need... Stop the hatred of them, dude. They're taking them outside of the gene pool. Fine. Josh Emmett star blowing up from the Bryce Mitchell KO. Yeah, Josh Emmett's going to have a ton of star power. This is the great... Dude, I think this is a great promo move by... He really went full heel. Bryce Mitchell kind of went full heel. If we're really being honest with ourselves, guys. I think Bryce may have gone full heel. What if this is just Bryce Mitchell's heel turn, promo the likes of which we have never seen before? You know, in the podcast, he hit a salute, chat. Did you guys see it? I don't know if anyone saw it, but he did hit a kind of salute. W. Boo Mitchell, okay. Josh Emmett star blowing up from Bryce Mitchell KO. Impression of Bryce mocking Ariel next interview? No, we can't. No, stop. Impression of Bryce and Ariel having a disagreement? No. It's just a shower. Rewatched Josh Emmett KO. Rewatching Josh Emmett KO full volume. Oh, yeah. Fuck Bryce, right? Everyone said this response was fast, but the interview has been out for 6 days. Oh, it has, to be fair. But it blew up on Twitter like just a fucking few hours ago, you know. If you look at the oldest comments on the video, they agree with him. I know, I've seen. Bryce ain't wrong. God bless. All right, guys. You said Bryce has a great gas tank. I know someone who had a better one. I know, dude. My heart. Thank you for the $2. He went full heel. Yep. Full heil. Yeah. Thank you for the 8 months of membership. Damon Dean 04. Bryce Mitch Heil. Yep. Guru, when are you going to tell us that you and Bryce were cousins? Shut up, dude. He needs to embrace it and get some epic tattoos. No, he doesn't. I told you I'll get my mask. Hang on. I told y'all get me my swastika shorts. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all make me my swastika shorts. Thank you for the $2. My money up, but my syndrome down. True. Thank you. It's funny, Bryce was on Aljo's channel training together recently. There you go. Impression of Donald Trump complimenting Bryce Mitchell. He wouldn't at all. He would not at all because he's completely... he wouldn't at all, though. He would absolutely condemn him. Bryce KO was so bad, it sent him to the 1940s. There you go. Impression of Bryce telling the Jews about his nice guy, this nice guy the government told them to hate. There you go. I can't do all the impressions, guys. Don't let this Bryce Mitchell controversy overshadow the fact that Kron Gracie was on the main card of UFC 310 and should be cut from the UFC. True. Let's not let this overshadow others. Who would have thought a skinhead would KO a Nazi? I know. Ugh. Let's be clear. You don't actually agree, right? Of course not. Bryce deserves a Medal of Honor. You know, at one point in the interview, Bryce Mitchell said, listen, I'm not saying Hitler was perfect. Bryce's one-liners in the interview are crazy, you know. Crazy. At one point, he actually said that, like, to cover himself. That was like him walking back his claims. He said, listen, I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. Like, that's some crazy hot take. Jesus. Thank you for the Bryce deserves a Medal of Honor in the racist community. Dude, some of the things he was saying. I'm waiting for the fact-checking video on Bryce, by the way. Some of the stuff. He was getting into the Bolsheviks and he was getting into some things. He was getting into some I don't know. You can fact check if you want, I guess. I guess someone's going to make a massive fact check video and disprove everything he said. I can't wait for it. Oh, God. Oh, Jake Shields interview inbound with Bryce Mitchell, boys. You know it's coming. Impression of Bryce explaining flat Earth to Hitler. See, you've been reading in the Bible, you got to understand the firmament. People forget, man. Mitchell's favorite number is 271,000. Okay. Impression of Bryce Mitchell giving his thoughts to Ariel's 3 kids while he has it. Don't make it personal, dude. Stop. I don't want to go. Let's just joke around about how crazy Bryce is, how crazy it is that Bryce said these things. Kron Gracie must be pissed getting slammed by him. Yeah, literal first episode of his podcast and the last. Impression of Bryce guiding Ariel into it. No, we can't impersonate that. People forget, man, Bryce was one of the first to recognize Piggy. He was the first to ever recognize my channel. Thoughts on Dana's response to Bryce? Never seen him more heated ever. But Ari Emanuel owns the UFC, so he needed to. Obviously, it was going to be a strong response from Dana. He don't want to lose his job. What kind of fish do you think Bryce would have taken the Fuhrer fishing for? Maybe bass or some shit? Bryce been taking too many semesters at YouTube Uni. Connor grapes a woman, no comment. Jones hits wife, no comment. Dana hits wife, no comment. Bryce Hitler comment. Same day condemnation by Dana. Notice they weren't calling him a liar. Hey, I'm waiting for someone to fact check Bryce. We'll see. We'll see what the response is. I'm sure there'll be a viral fact checking video that disproves it, all of the crazy things he was saying. We need a Martin Hot Pie interview. He was jokes. Oh, the fucking guy that jumped in the Twitter space. Yeah, he was quite funny. Me and Sozo spit roasted Orban. Notice they aren't calling him a liar. All right. Who would have thought Bryce would go from flat earth to H-man's a nice guy? Maybe that seizure really woke him up to the truth. Okay. Thank you for the $5. Weasel dropping his Was Bryce Mitchell right video. Yeah. Who really won? Hitler. Jake Shields is red pilling the entire UFC roster. Where's the lie, though? Guys, it's illegal for me to question. It's illegal for me to have the conversation that Bryce Mitchell had. So we can't go too far with it, you know? It's illegal for me to do. I can be locked up for having the conversation that Bryce Mitchell just had on his podcast. So, you know, let's just leave it at that. But yeah. Thank you for the $2 impression of Adolf and Bryce fishing. You're on total line out. Nice beanie, gay boy. Accentuates your thick jawnism. Okay. People forget, man. Bryce knows what a 4570 is. Don't do 4570. Bryce will be cut from the UFC and will join Gaza fights. All right. Promised. People forget, man. Arkansas was promised to them. All right, guys. Stop. Impression of Bryce giving advice on the showers. No. I noticed the Jews are very media heavy in MMA. All right. Dude, the edits that could come from this are insane, you know. How hilarious would it be if Bryce comes back next fight with a toothbrush mustache? And I don't think he's going to start cosplaying, guys. Impression of Bryce checking if the fighters are circumcised. All right, Natan Levy, drop him. I noticed the Jews are very media heavy in MMA. All right. That's not, guys, please don't get me locked up. How hilarious would it be if Bryce comes back next fight with I've already read it. Ollie BF, thank you for the membership. Thank you for the $2. I don't even know. Holland and Mitchell already making 2025 fun as fuck. I'm worried because in the video I said that Bryce was cooking and I didn't, and I shouldn't have said that. But I've uploaded it anyway, so we'll see what happens. Impression of Bryce immigrating to... No, guys. Thank you for the $2. Can't say that name. Impression of Dana reading off the World War II stats like he does for the UFC revenue stats after an event. All right, no. All right, guys. 6 million at the gate. We took... thank you for the $5. Josh Emmett sent Bryce to Hyperborea with that KO. Okay. It's so norm. Hitler wasn't perfect now. Now, I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. He actually said that in the interview. Now, let me just make sure I ain't mistaken. I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. He actually said that to cover himself. Impression of Bryce chasing Natan Levy out of the UFC PI. Get back here. I'm sick of y'all interest rates. Thoughts on Gooner in drive-through that offed himself. Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird, and he's a weirdo, and he should have. Thank you. Thank you for the $2, Moshi Cats. Bryce wins his next match. He's 100% thrown up. He threw it up in the pod. I'm going to post a image of it now on Twitter. Bryce Mitchell, man. Fucking Bryce Mitchell. Would you believe it, guys? Out of nowhere from the top rope. You legal to tell me where I can watch said... I don't know what that means. Bryce on his dean. He is. Impression of Adesanya and Bryce reading the Bible. How's that funny or in any way could be funny? Well, let me tell you something right here. In the Bible, I don't know how that can ever be funny, and it's not. You ruined everything. Only fighter statement that thank you for the $2, though, Gabriel Polinsky. Appreciate that. Only fighter statement that requires an immediate press conference. I know, yeah, never before, but this one. I tell you. Impression of DC after Habib slipped him laxative. I guess. People forget, man. Hitler was a marauder. No. Look what he did to the Jews. No, let's not do Joe Roganisms for Hitler. I'm a rider. Thank you for the £5. Bryce taking a nice steamy shower after training and thinking, ain't no damn way this killed that many people. There's some bullshit. Ain't no way. Opinion on the plane crash. You think Orban's involved? What plane crash? Thank you for the $2. What do you mean? Oh, Bin Laden, maybe. Thank you for the $2. Piero Corbin. Appreciate that. Impression of Bryce Mitchell shouting out your channel after choking out Natan Levy. No. You can't do that, dude. It literally takes 5 minutes of research to know that Hitler was a murderous anti-Semitic decades before he was ever in power. Next level stupidity. Yeah. No, I don't think they're questioning if he actually hated the Jays. I don't think he at all questioned that at all. But he said his big take on Hitler was that he wasn't just killing them for fun. It was because of the interest rates that he was doing it. That's what Bryce was saying. Oh, God. Out of nowhere from the top rope. Yep. Impression Bryce at the barbershop asking for a square stash. Make me look like Big A. Impression of Hitler finding out Irish have more Aryan coded. All right. DNA than Germanics. Hitler was low IQ weirdo spitting. I know. All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right, guys. Yeah. He was low IQ, to be fair. Well, I don't know. I don't know what his IQ was. Israel getting 45 to 70 billion in aid. Israel getting 45 to 70 billion in aid because of Bryce. Did you know Hitler burned queer? I did know that. Would you watch an Apex card of Hitler? Right. An Axis card. Bryce is the man Strickland could only dream of, hopefully, being Allah. Something will guide them both. Thank you for the $5 Australian. You see Jesse pretend not to know what Ursary is. Who's Jesse and what is Ursary? Thank you for the $2 Australian. Frozen like Elsa. Botched. Y'all must have forgot. Yeah, I'm the new dog in the yard. Look what I just posted on Twitter. Frozen like Elsa. Botched. Y'all must have forgot. Impression of Vittori as an air traffic controller trying to rationalize after the American Airlines helicopter collision. What happened? I don't understand what happened. I don't get it. It's not my fucking fault. I didn't fucking show up. How soon do they announce Emmett versus Mitchell 2? Soon they do. Bryce, I did my own research. Bryce's research, Ariel Wani's address. Bryce caught Natan Levy clipping gold from the UFC belt. Oh, God, you guys are good. They need to get out of there. No, it's not a shower. Get out of there. You do not want to shower there. Get out of there. Don't do this. I'm going to get arrested, guys, please. We're just having jokes. Bryce is, he's obviously wrong. Everything he said was wrong and will be immediately disproven. Because there's no, they were gaying out the kids, though. They were gaying out the kids. Yeah, we know. Let's not. Bryce Mitchell will be very, very swiftly fact-checked on everything that he said and won't just be called a chaotic dumbass by people. He will be fact-checked, guys. So, everything will be disproved that he said. Any update on DC's troubling battle with obesity? It's getting worse, but he's passed a lot of the load on to Taito Ivasa, who's also got really fat. Dana started reading out Hitler's stats like a pay-per-view. 6 million at the gate. Bryce is now offering math lessons. Okay, Bryce thinks only 6 million. When it's actually 6 billion. All right, rip 6 trillion. All right, guys. Impression of MMA guru listening to Bryce Mitchell's interview and immediately yelling facts. Listen, I don't want to get into my opinion on it because plane crash in DC, a Black Hawk, many conspiracies. Interesting. I'll have to look it up. Is it on Twitter? I'm assuming it's like a trending thing on Twitter. Bryce Mitchell sparks controversy with Hitler praise. Plane crash in DC. Oh my god. What's this about wooden doors and typhoid? Odds we see swastikas on Bryce's shorts. I don't think so. He's not wrong about the books. I know. And dude, I can't question it. Like, you guys can have this conversation and make jokes in that, but we can't. I don't want to go to jail, you know? You go to jail if you question it in some parts of Europe. So I don't know, man. First Elon, now Bryce. I don't think Elon's, whatever. No one, Bryce. Bin Laden wasn't that bad. It's not the same. But your profile name is the Austrian painter. Jesus. Dana gave his Bryce statement on a power slap presser for clicks. Kind of sad. I don't think it was for clicks. Genuinely the funniest thing to happen in a while. Crazy how this is overshadowing the Headlocked podcast from last night. Philip Rowe based. Yeah, Philip, I think the fighters are cool with me in general. I'll keep doing we're going to do a once a week Headlocked podcast with Obam. We had Jared Gordon in the live stream. We had Philip Rowe. We had Charles Johnson. We had Dylan Dennis was in listening at one point, but he didn't join. I can't remember. Someone else joined as well, but I can't remember who it was. Paulo Costa's response is, I didn't know Bryce likes to fishing. This is something special. Fishing. Costa's got his takes. Nicholas Fuentes has weighed in. Ari Emanuel is Dana White's boss. Impression of Bryce saying slavery wasn't that bad. Impression of Habib inviting Bryce Mitchell to train. Let's not talk about trains right now. Impression of Bobby Green confronting Bryce in the streets. Damn, Bryce. You really fucking Sieg Heil, man. Rogan commentating, you do not want to be down there with him. You're in his world now, friend, as Bryce leads them into the chamber. The funny thing is that Bryce's views on Hitler are probably the exact same as these Muslim fighters. Yeah, but we can't keep shunning everything off to the Muslim. Like, they believe all that, but like, they're allowed to because reaction to behavior is based on expectation. Usury is the practice of charging interest. Okay, yeah, there you go. Bryce tries to escape the camp, but gets his nuts tangled on a barbed wire. I don't think Bryce would be trying to escape, man. I think he'd be stopping people from escaping. Bryce activated the J Spurg special. Okay. Thank you for the $2. Oh, God. Fuck, that guy's good. Sean Strickland on Bryce. Fuck, man, this guy's fucking taking everything I work for, motherfucker. A Black Hawk plane landing in Washington, D.C. Hit a plane. That's crazy. Be honest, you had some anxiety before this stream. I did. I was stressing through the video as well, man. I think I'm going to get in trouble. Off topic, you a fan of any good Austrian painters? Truth is, Hitler actually hated the Bolsheviks. Guys. He brought up the Bolsheviks, to be fair. People forget Adesanya posted Hitler meme first. He did, but this isn't a meme that was posted. Bryce said a lot. This isn't just a meme that he posted. Impression of Yuri and Hitler agreeing to some plans. Let's go for that. No, I'm not doing Hitler impressions on this stream, dude. Everyone chill out. God. Hitler took meth in 1940 and killed them in $2. Impression of Bryce telling the Nazis where Anne Frank is hidden. She's up in the attic, writing her diary. Thank you for the $5. You can't hear her clicking her pen. Next week on the pod, Bryce claims Diddy, before the drugs and the baby oil, is the type of guy you can party with. All right, don't do that with Hitler. You don't tie him in there with Diddy. You know what I mean? Come on. I'm joking. Bryce getting in the cage opposite Josh Emmett and saying, wait a minute. This ain't the Emmett I thought I was fighting. Thank you for the £5. Oh, no. He wants Bryce Mitchell signing a fight with Josh Emmett and Darren Till at the same time. It's going to be a fucking 2-1 matchup. I think your Bobby Green impression is the best one. Thank you. Damn, holy shit. Impression of Rogan yelling to the Jays, get out of there. It's not a shower. Thank you for the $5. Never forget that week you left without saying anything and a rumor went around that you were arrested for violation of speech. I know. Be careful, Guru. I know. Rogan just spams buzzwords, distance, feints. I know. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Baron Trump equals / Bryce Mitchell 2032. Did you see Bisping fall off a table on Ultimate Fighter? That was ages ago. Yeah, we saw that on the tennis table. New from Spielberg, Mitchell's list. All right, no, I can't say the last bit. I give it Mitchell's list. We all knew Bryce was based, but I'm so worried for him now. We must defend him at all costs. Let's go for that. Also, 270. All right, guys. Impression of Volk telling Bryce, "You're done." That's it. You had your chance. You questioned an official narrative of history. You can't do it. You can only question every other historical moment ever. You can't question that one and only that one out of all of them over thousands and thousands of years. You're done. Thank you for the $3 Australian. Jesus. Oh God, I'm so far behind on the donos. Bryce is a black belt in BJJ. Bryce Mitchell judges. All right. Also, who do you want to plan on interviewing next? Bryce, maybe? I don't know who I'm going to interview next. I might message Drickus or I might message Sean Strickland. We'll see. Bryce is keeping it 6. All right. Impression of Bryce singing Fetty Wap, carrying his JBL speaker on his walkout, going to fight Natan Levy. No. Hey, what's up? Hello. Johnny Walker had a pretty inspiring tweet on the situation 3 hours ago. Can you please read it to your fans to preach his message? What did Johnny Walker say? Impression of Hitler, Volk helping Hitler escape. Why is Volk involved in this? Let's see, quick. We're down to us, eh? What did Johnny Walker say? God bless we all, my N-words. That's what he said. There we go. Bryce did better than Volk and Holloway against Ilya. Okay. I don't know about that. I mean, actually, I don't know. Probably. I mean, it happened, but 6. All right. Todd Hick, MMA fighter with a funny voice, becomes pro-Hitler. Jerusalem eating good tonight. You should have heard the impressions I was doing of Bryce in the video I'm going to post. Bryce Mitchell, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. Ayo, Bryce Mitchell must have watched a new version of The Greatest Story Never Told that recently came out. Great film, ladies and gentlemen. UFC is owned by Disney and Endeavor, which is owned by Ari Emanuel, who's a designer. It's all good, though. If anything, Bryce will be getting a raise now. Yeah. Thank you for the $5. Bryce probably thinks the pics of the people in the camps were doing the weight cuts. They were just weight cutting in there. Bryce Mitchell's grandfather actually died in a sea camp. He fell out of a guard tower. We all got this wrong. Bryce was advocating for drug reform. Okay. True, because he literally said that before the meth, Hitler was a guy that he would have gone fishing with. Ari wasn't angry with what Sean said about the Muslims. Mitchell Twitter space now. No. Impression of Bryce explaining how the Jay Sniffer was real. Impression of Marab being forced into the showers. Wait, I need to say a story before you push in here, because everybody say Uma will go to beat me. And no, wait, I need to tell you a story first. Aljo, come quick. Mitchell's comments were 6 days ago, and now we react. I didn't even know he did it, though. How did we miss this? How did no one tell me this? Come on. Mitchell Twitter space now. No. First money of Bryce's Holocaust Museum vacation fund. DDP, nobody said anything about Jews, bro. Chill out. Nobody said anything about the Bolsheviks, bro. Chill out. What's the difference between Anne Frank and Bryce Mitchell? Bryce makes it out of camp. All right, dude. Bryce's new signature move, the Iron Cross. Strickland just tweeted a response to Bryce. What did Strickland say? I'm drunk as fuck right now, Guru. Me guilty. In Izzy's voice. Watched. I'm the new dog in the yard. Watched. And I just pooed all over this cage. I don't know what you want from me on that. Bro is simple. Dana's job is to create partners for the UFC. Silver, Connor, all around the world. Bryce had a great target in the USA market, but fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up. Did Dana ever say anything about Adesanya's Hitler tweet? No, but he it wasn't the same thing, guys. He posted a video of Hitler doing the little yachty dance. It's not. Don't do this. Just stop trying to. Yeah, this is what it is, man. Own it. You know what I mean? It's not. You guys always try and shift things off. Like, that's not the same thing. Bryce went on a fucking 8-minute rant about justifying the Holocaust. Impression of Habib defending Bryce, and Dana changes his mind. But everybody say, we believe this, brother. We back Bryce 100%. Let's not to be too hasty, you know. Maybe the kid's got a point. Dana got the call from Ariel. Shut it down. Going. Impression of Bryce making custom striped shorts. No. Impression of Bryce asking Dana at the next press conference how long it will take the Cookie Monster to bake 6 Gillian cookies with 15 ovens. No. Interview Sean Strickland next. Maybe. Sean Strickland said, not defending Bryce, but for the last year, we've been watching bloody kids, dead kids, missing limbs being pulled out of rubble from Israeli bombs. We have been forced fed that Americans are to blame for these. The truth is complex and gray. Hostage generations hate of both sides. We can sit here for hours arguing about cause and who's right and wrong. Bryce is a product of being on the internet too much. So investigating and researching things. Nothing more, nothing less. I've been at a Trump rally thinking, wow, this feels like a Hitler speech. It is brainwashing. Sean. Find an enemy, attack the enemy, rally the people around the enemy. There is a reason why he rallied millions of people to do evil acts. Hate and fear is the easiest way to get people to march in the direction you want. Bottom line, you don't fix hate with hate, America or the world. Bryce is a product of the internet. Fucking Sean. Anyway, back to Bryce. Fucking loser. Please, Guru, don't make a vid on this one. I've already done it. The Ariels and Shapiros will strike your channel down for good if you're even subtle. I was subtle. I said he was cooking at one point. It's not worth the risk. No, I just made it funny. I winced at everything he said. I don't think it's risky. I was okay. Impression of Ariel getting hit by a truck. Thank you for the 10 Canadian dollars. No, don't make me do that. Impression of Kenny Okoye debating Bryce Mitchell on why Israel's the GOAT, but Mitchell's talking about a different Israel. He's got great low kicks. What are you talking about, Bryce? They're killing damn babies. Impression of Bisping getting mad as the gas is coming. Rebecca! Genuinely, do you think he will get to keep his custom shorts? Maybe. He is so ignorant to say what he said. Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking ignorant and wrong. Impression of Adesanya being your 300,000th subscriber and manifesting the 300k sub meat reveal video. No. Now you got to drop him and show. Watched. Impression of Rogan telling Ariel to get out of there, man, over the sound of a train. China. Get out of there. Here comes Bryce. Thank you for the $1 I see orbs. Russian Jews exterminated 66 million. They did. He brought up the Bolsheviks in the video as well. People forget, man, Bryce is German. Mitchell is a German name, and it means big in German, doesn't it? I'm actually not even kidding you. I think Mitchell is a German name or French. No, it isn't. I thought Mitchell was, English guy. I thought it was a German name for some reason. That would have been fucking poetic almost. They got more out of World War II than they lost a whole eternal alliance with the US. Impression of Dana being obedient Goyim. No. All right. This was out of line. People forget, man. You can't keep yapping on my boy Bryce just because he farms your kin. All right. And then you can't legally own a firearm. Yeah. Impression of Bryce praising Hitler instead of Jesus. No. Impression of Bilal defending Bryce. All right. So what? Bryce is cooking, Impression of Bryce giving Ariel a pair of striped pajamas as a token of forgiveness. No. Impression of Dana explaining why women don't deserve rights so he can get more Saudi money. Okay. No, you don't want to mess up the Saudi deal because the Saudis, I don't know if you know about the Saudi royal family, but they disagree with Bryce heavily. Impression of Bryce catching Ariel lacking in a small town. No. Impression of Bryce finding out who the president of Mexico is. No. And the wife of the leader of the UK, and the wife of the leader of France, and the leaders of Germany. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Bryce and the leader of Argentina. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Bryce measuring Bobby Green's cranium size. What that do for you if I shine these keys in front of you? That doing nothing to you? Opinion of that bundle of sticks, Ben Davis. I don't know. Dude, message Strickland already. Are you nervous about it or something? No. I can message Sean Strickland. I will. Bing, back, boom. Ooh. Oink, 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 oink. Impression of Bryce killing Ariel on Natan Levy. Natan gets killed first. Then Ariel checks his pockets for any spare change. Impression of Bryce losing next fight and Uncle Addy getting in the cage and saying, "Das ist still mine, boy." Okay, thank you for $5. Impression of TJ telling Levy he'll never beat Bryce. No, guys, chill. And what did Bryce say that was wrong? Impression of Sean climaxing in Nino while her boyfriend watches. And this is for you guys. I don't know. It's a good time to reveal your new hairstyle. No. I've heard GFL is now signing Bryce to Team Germany. Yep. Impression of Bully Aspinall explaining Adolf was misunderstood. Bisping would be better for that. He's a great guy. I met him. I shook his hand. Thank you for the $2. Watch Europa The Last Battle. Should be taught in schools. Ari Emmanuel to Dana, shut it down. Bryce's next podcast is on the Rwandan. Radija. Impression of Bryce correcting. Radija. Hitler was funded by Wall Street City, London. Thank you for the £2. Appreciate that. Impression of Bryce offering Ariel some delicious beats. Impression of Bryce explaining the USS Liberty to Ariel. Guys, stop. Bryce taking Yuri approach in next fight, harness a different power. Let's go for that. Yes, forbidden powers are being harnessed by Bryce Mitchell right now. Faux show. You dig? Faux show. Oh, yeah. Impression of the technician, Bryce fixing the showers. No. Bryce is taking a Yuri approach. Take off the beanie, skinhead guru, for this video. No. Impression of Dana at the ovens. No. No, guys. Everyone chill out a little bit, guys. Come on. Thank you for the $5. If you exceed a certain amount of donos, you will start beeping on Bryce's Judah. You have been warned. Bryce catching Ariel digging tunnels on his farm. Honey, I think we got moles in here. We got some moles in the ground. Thank you for the $2. Impression of Bryce asking Rose, what were the showers like? Why would he ask Rose that? I don't get it. I don't get that. Bryce was just explaining Big A wanted to go fishing more often. Yeah. Take off the beanie. You want to see the head? No, I'm good. So you get mad at DP for being a sore winner, but also get mad at DDP for being respectful to Izzy. When did I get mad at him being respectful? I said he's better than me as a man, so he can move on and forgive. Like, make up your mind. Yeah, you're wasted, Adono, on uselessness. Didn't make any sense. I didn't get mad at him for being respectful. Also, let's fucking go, Bryce. No goes. All right. Dana really got someone to print in World War II stats. I know. Would be funny if they did Superior to punishment. If they did Superior 2 as a punishment and Bryce wins the title, so we can hear Bryce tell us to read Mein Kampf with Rogan pulling the mic away. Yeah. Did they make you go to the... No, I think they did. Yeah, it was mandatory in middle school for the US. Still waiting on the museum to open. Holodomor. Impression of Bryce going to a local Arab kebab spot. These are my people on here. I'm rooting for them. Thank you for the membership. Helwani Hater 456 is Bryce Mitchell's burner account. Impression of Bryce Mitchell asking a French farmer if they're hiding under the floorboards. You are hiding the Helwanis under your floorboards, are you not? Bryce is going to have a mustache next fight. True. People forget, man. Guy took France in 6 weeks. Oh, God. Bryce Mitchell, man. What a thing to wake up to today. Bonkers, mate. People forget, man. The nerve of Dana White to try and have the moral high ground whilst he does cringy collaborative videos with porn stars to promote Power Slap. I know, degeneracy, brother. Well, it's moral high ground is easy to take in this. Impression of Ariel rubbing hands together, laughing. No, dude, stop. No. Stop it. You got to stop. You got to stop doing it. People are posting him calling out Ben Shapiro a few months ago. Impression of Marab and Glover fact-checking Bryce. We looked up everything he said, and you actually can't disprove it, but sometimes you're not allowed to say anyway, you know? Impression of Marab and Glover fact-checking. I've already done it. Impression of Dana making a huge announcement of what camp the Natan Levy in it. All right, guys. No, thank you for the $5. Chill out. Bryce Mitchell versus Natan Levy. I know. Jesus. Impression of Bryce claiming one escaped as Rose walks in front of him. Oh, that's why, because of her shaved head. Wearing striped pajamas, yeah. One of them got away. Get him. Bryce is going to march out in his next fight. Impression of Bryce rapping Protect Your Neck Hitler remix. Impression of Bryce at a Dagestani wedding. What's that, cousins? Impression of Bryce unboxing his new Easy Bake Up. I can never do that amount of numbers in that short of time. Thoughts on Khabib inviting Bryce to Dagestan? No. Bryce demons look like Adam Silver. Is that the guy that plays Kylo Ren? Thoughts on Khabib inviting Bryce to Dagestan? I mean, yeah, he's extended his he's extended the olive branch, I guess. Bryce Mitchell heel turn. Oh, God. Impression of Chandler reacting to Bryce? No. I'm going to crash, by the way. I'm back. They didn't get me. Dude. I'm still here. Ariel didn't get me. Thank you for the $2. Impression of Cain Velasquez versus Pat Barry. There's no impression of it. I don't get it. Oh, okay. It makes sense because he's enhanced, didn't he? And he just misses bullets on a highway. Impression of Chandler reacting to Bryce. Already read it. Impression of TJ telling Bryce he'll never rise the fourth rank. Okay. You'll never unite Germany. Dana watching Schindler's List. Kid just didn't want to fight. All right, guys. Impression of Ariel eating diamonds and then pooing them out and then eating them again. All right. Who's fatter, Stavros or DC? Probably DC. He's keeping his lead, Thank you for the $5. Elon and Bryce were at the inauguration. Do you think he was groomed into saying it to help create the Nazi narrative? No, they're not bringing Bryce involved into... No. Elon is not. He just did it because he's controlled opposition. Bryce is actually saying it of his own free will, I think. I don't think he's controlled opposition. Elon's completely controlled opposition. Completely. Thank you for the $5. Most of the world agrees with Bryce, just not the West. I know. I'm going to crash by... Crazy you got 6 million subs. All right. What are your thoughts on Dana White's pathetic power slap? A waste of the UFC's money or something that will grow in popularity? I honestly don't care about it, so I don't even care to hate on it. One of them ones. Like, some things I care about, I'll make hate videos on and shit like that, but I don't even care enough to hate on it. So, if you didn't care, you wouldn't either. So, just let it do its thing. Don't watch it, you know what I mean? I don't care for it at all. It'll never interest me. Ever. Thank you for the $2. $5. Impression of Aspinall and Bryce demanding Ariel to admit that the Austrian painter only drank 270k juice boxes based Bryce for calling out the penny sniffers. All right. I'd like to thank Ari's people for this wonderful weather we're having. Shane Gillis. There you go. There's going to be some bad weather in Arkansas. That's all we know. Bryce next fight, resounding boos or standing ovation. This is going to be a real turning point for the American population. We'll see. This Bryce fiasco made me realize there are many normies out there believing what their history teaches. And yeah. Impression of Bryce setting a money trap for the... Guys, stop, man. Bryce invite to train in Dagestan incoming. True. Thank you for the $2, Moshi Cats. Bro, you're cooked. Literally impressions only. What the fuck? Learn to say no, Lamal. With that said, can we get... No, I'm just reading donations. Dude, if it can be donated through a YouTube donation system, they can't ban me for reading it. You know what I mean? I'm not being like bamboozled into saying something else or giving a crazy opinion. If YouTube allows it to be said within a donation, I can read it. You know what I mean? Thank you for the $5. Piggy, would you consider yourself... thank you for the 5. Could you imagine the shit Bryce is in with his wife? No. No, he's got a kid. He's with his wife. I'm assuming he would have thought about taking it up with her first. Impression of John Jones meeting his Aryan grind today. Hey, blue eyes. I know. Good old Jones. Which is worse, Bryce or Bilal involved in... All right, guys. Lazy. Impression of Yuri asking Bryce what he means, but he keeps murmuring, I want to fuck, man. There you go. How would you see Buckley matching up against the other top contenders at welterweight and Bilal? Insert Bryce Mitchell joke here. I don't get the way I can insert a Bryce Mitchell joke. But I think Buckley would do better against anyone other than JDM and Shavkat. Impression of Bryce watching Ariel stealing his oakwood on his farm. What are you doing with that? You can't make doors from that. Impression of Bryce and Robert E. Lee drawing up battle plans. No. What's good? What's up? Bryce Mitchell's pro-Nazi. He just came out. Bryce Jew Nasty Mitchell. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. Islam looking to dodge Armin for Gaethje. Pathetic, isn't it? Bryce is right. R/MMA can cope. Everyone knows it. I'm reading donations. Impression of Paddy speaking to a Munich beer hall in 1920. Hey! Interest needs to stop rising, lad. Thank you for the $5. We've learned that McGregor, Hughes, and Machado are slimy snakes, and Dagestani dick must be sore from all the riding it receives. True. Thank you for the $5. Connor says the same. Dana, isn't he fucking awesome? I don't think he would defend Connor. No, there's nothing that will stop Dana. Dana will not defend that stance. He needs his job. He will lose his whole job from the, Ari Emanuel, the Israeli guy that runs the UFC. Look out. Bryce confirmed best gas tank in the 145 division. True. Tito Ortiz, Vanderlei, and Bryce. Who's the dumbest? I don't know. Western education sucks. That doesn't mean Nazis were right. They were very wrong on their idea. I need an educated movement. Control. Yeah, an educated movement. Yeah. Thank you for the membership, JDA. Appreciate the membership, dude. Just reading stuff out in chat, I know. Jesus Christ. Impression of Keon agreeing with Bryce because Keon thinks Muslim fighters are in the most oppressed group of people in the world. All right. Bryce Mitchell may have a fucking point. Yeah. Thank you for the $5. Bryce Mitchell can't be fact-checked. The pro-Nazi stream and... I don't know what you mean. They even own the UFC. We are occupied. All right. Impression of Ariel Wani saying he was wrong about Dana and glazing him. I mean, he was glazing him. What a guy. What a guy. MVP will not get a decision in Saudi, even if he 30-24's Sharam Magomedov. Thank you very much for the $5 Canadian. Yeah, true. The Bryce is right. Come down. Come on down. All right. There we go. What did I miss? Bryce Mitchell said that Hitler was a good man that he would love to go fishing with, and he also said that the Japs deserved concentration camps during World War II.